To many, Atticus Finch is the closest thing we have in American literature to a knight in shining armor. So let's travel back to a simpler time and read in between the lines on what makes Atticus Finch such a beloved character and leader. Hello scholars, I'm Captain Daniel Johnston, the founder of Wiggin Leadership Academy. For today's principle, I'm going to be focusing on how to lead through example. Those in leadership roles may think their actions only impact themselves, that how they go about their daily activities has no bearing on their organization. This could not be further from the truth. Wherever they go, leaders are observed. What time they arrive to work, what kind of vehicle they drive, how long their lunch break is, their body language when interacting with their people, and much more. This means that all of your actions hold the power to influence, whether it's done intentionally or not. Although you can control your actions, you cannot always control the perceived messages. For instance, shutting the door to your office may seem like a harmless and normal thing to you, but it can send the message to your people that you are too busy to be bothered and that you do not have time for their input. This may actually be what you want to convey, or it may not be. Either way, the important thing is that you know what messages you are sending. Understanding this principle will help you be more aware of your actions and use them in a way to send your intended messages. Harper Lee's 1960 novel, To Kill a Mockingbird, features Atticus Finch, a lawyer who serves as a local leader in Maycomb, Alabama, and as a single father to his two children, Jem and Scout. Atticus works hard to help his community be a place where his children can learn correct values. This commitment is a driving factor in why he took on the defense of Tom Robinson, a black man accused of raping a white woman. The accusation of rape is always a serious one, but this story was set during the Jim Crow era in Alabama, a time in American history of heightened discrimination against black men and women. During this time, a simple accusation of such a crime was the same as the death penalty. Atticus agreed to defend Tom despite the odds being stacked against him. He wanted to take on this seemingly impossible task of showing how a black man could receive a fair trial in the South. Atticus understood his place as a leader in the community, and he also understood the influence that status gave him. If he was to take on a high-profile and sensational case like Tom Robinson's, the people of Maycomb would have to take notice. The case built slowly as Atticus meticulously dissected each part of the allegations against Tom, verifying every detail. Those in the courtroom soon grew frustrated with Atticus's slow pace of confirming and reconfirming how the attack was said to have taken place. Eventually, it became clear what Atticus had been building towards as he brought forth his primary defense evidence, his proof that the assailant would need to have the use of both hands due to how the attack was described. This was a significant fact because Tom only had the use of his right arm after getting his left arm stuck in a cotton gin as a child. Understanding the gravity of this discovery forced those in the courtroom to sit in a stunned silence. Tom Robinson was innocent. In the end, however, it didn't matter because the jury found Tom guilty of the crime. Regardless of Atticus's hard work, the trial produced the expected result. Tom's death was not only a tragedy but also a grave injustice. Despite all of this, Atticus understood the importance of the trial. He knew that if equality was ever going to be achieved, it was going to take community leaders like himself leading through example. Understanding that your people pay attention to what you do means that, like Atticus, you can then choose what messages to broadcast. Understanding how to use your words and actions will enable you to influence your organization. You can then inspire and motivate others to perform at a higher level. If you are unsure about how you are perceived, ask those who you can trust if your actions are coming off as intended. Once you understand how you are being perceived, you can adjust your actions to portray your intended messages. The key is that you have to discipline yourself to be consistent with your actions. This is the most difficult part of the process, but to avoid sending mixed messages, you need to have a focus on consistency. It's as if you told your people there was a zero-tolerance policy for being late to meetings. But then when your people would show up late, you don't say anything about it. Or even worse, you're the one who shows up late to meetings. That would cause confusion about what your standard actually was for your people. The example you set as a leader is a powerful tool once you understand these keys to unlocking it. Use it wisely. Thank you for watching. Much of what I go over in my lessons can be found in my book, Mission First, People Always, which is available for purchase through the link in the description of the video. If you enjoyed today's video and want more leadership lessons, then be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel.